So welcome back everybody, Old Guy Gamer here playing American Truck Simulator. I played this about 2 weeks ago. I didn't post any videos, obviously, but I played this about 2 weeks ago, and my steering wheel buttons lost their mapping while I was playing, so... Oh, I'm using the keyboard buttons. I should be using the steering wheel buttons. I had to remap all my buttons before I started this trip, so let's see if they work. Let's go. Let's turn that off. F lock button is off. There we go. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you like the new games I've been playing. I typically check Metacritic and see what games have been released every day. Well, I'll say typically. That's general enough. When I feel like playing a game, I'll check Metacritic first and see if there's a new game out that I want to play before I decide what game I'm gonna play. Today I sat down, there were no new games that I really wanted to try out, so I figured I'd play something a little older. And I sat down. I have no idea where I'm going. Turn it right, okay. So I sat down, started playing. What am I gonna play? I'm like, you know what, let me play some trucking. Some American Truck Simulator, because I haven't played it in a while. I've been wanting to rework the steering wheel so I could see if it works. And so far it is. So I don't know how I'm going to play this game in the future as far as how often. I do still like the game a lot, and my steering wheel lost its button mapping. I cannot believe this. I just used the turn signal on the steering wheel. And right now the buttons don't work. Can you believe this garbage? None of my buttons work now. I don't know why. I programmed the steering wheel before I turned the game on. Tested it, I saved it, turned the game on, it was working, and then literally 30 seconds into the game, the wheel loses all of its buttons. Like, none of the buttons work anymore. Of course, if I turn the game off, and it's just so frustrating. I actually exchanged my old wheel for this new one, so it is a new wheel, but the button mapping never saves no matter what I do. That's the next one. I really don't understand this stupid steering wheel setup. Guess I'll go back to keyboard controls till I figure it out. At least the steering wheel works. At least the pedals work. Turning like I have a trailer. I don't even know why I'm talking. This game's not going to make it to YouTube. Maybe I should post it just to see if maybe someone else has the same problems and can tell me what I got to do to fix this. This stinks. I would play this game a lot more if I knew that the steering wheel was going to work every single time I stepped up to play it. Whatever. Anyways. I don't even know which business I'm going to. Is it Steeler? It is Steeler. Let's pick this thing up. This one's more and more money, and it's an easier trailer because it's only a single trailer instead of a double, so I might as well just take that one. Popped up in between checking it and getting here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I could. I was just debating whether or not to circle the whole yard and come around or just back up. I'll just back up. We'll test our backing up skills. There we go. This looks pretty good. Oh, you know what? I'm still in reverse because I put it into neutral and pulled the brake on the steering wheel. I forgot the brakes, the buttons don't work. So first, our neutral and brakes. My goodness. Let's take a look. Oh, I'm using the wrong button. There we go. Veronica looks pretty good. Was it F10? There we go. Alright, let's hop in here and get out. Oops, wrong button. Alright, let's go. I really don't know what I should be talking about right now. I'm just so frustrated with the stupid steering wheel situation. I've been trying to talk my wife into coming back on the road with me and hanging out, chatting for our videos, but she just doesn't like doing it anymore. It's kind of boring to her. So I appreciate that she did it for a while. Ooh, that was really close. It was way closer than I thought it was going to be. I appreciate that she did it for a while, but she just doesn't like doing it that much anymore. We've got a big move coming up. So she's got a lot of stress going on about that. Worried about moving. She wants to start packing, but it's one of those things where I don't want to pack too early and then have things packed away that don't need to be packed away that we'll need again before we move. Just a lot of stress going on right now in the household. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go. So we're into the new year. The excitement of the holidays is over. Everything's back to normal. You know, the holidays are always exciting and lots of stuff going on, but now it's just back to work. And we are dealing with all this cold weather, and it's just not exciting. Living in the north in the cold. Dude, did you seriously just cut in front of me? So... You know what I should do is I should pull out the book of writing prompts. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like talking today for some reason. There's my garage right over there. Okay, no. Yeah, that's it. That's my central hub, actually. That was the first garage I ever bought. So I did buy the downloadable content. Can't even talk. I did buy the Utah DLC, so we're playing with that today. And we actually get to drive through Utah. I mean, I was always able to drive through Utah with the Coast to Coast mod, but now we'll be able to drive through the base game version of Utah. See if it looks any different. We're in Washington State right now. So this is the kind of graphics and scenery I'll expect to see in Utah. But we're actually going to have to skirt through, I think it's Idaho, before we get there. So we'll get to see this state of Washington, which is part of the regular game. And then we'll see Idaho, which is part of the Coast to Coast mod, and then we'll go back to Utah, which is part of this regular game. So we'll have a lot of opportunity to compare these graphics back to back. Actually, these graphics don't look that great. Let me looks better to me. All I did was turn up the scaling a little bit. I don't know if I had the scaling turned down that much when I was playing it before, or if the game changed. I don't know, but looks way better with the scaling turned up. Just to a normal setting. I've got it at 100%. It was down to 50%. Everything looked blurry and it's awful. This looks way better. So, is it F3? Nope. F5. There it is. That's the one I want. I have never been to Washington State. I would like to go there and visit sometime. My brother was out there in the Navy, and he loved it. He didn't end up settling there, but he did love it while he was there. My parents actually went out to visit him while he was in the Navy, but that was after I was out and on my own, so I didn't go with them, obviously, but they all talked about it in glowing terms, so I think I would like to get out there myself. That might be a fun trip. I'm from the Midwest, so the mountains are different. You know, just completely different setting to me. So I'd like to get out there and see what it's all about. They talked about the sequoias and the forests all kind of even looking different than the forests we have here, but I have seen the Pacific Ocean. I did go to LA once, but I'd like to get to Washington, see what it's like. My brother kind of became a coffee aficionado while he was out there, kind of a coffee snob. Let's see, let me set my cruise control here. There we go. Lots of places I'd like to see in Washington. I don't know, what is there to see in Washington that you think that a person shouldn't miss if they were going there for the first time? I know there's the fish market. The movies that are set there kind of are what make me interested in going to see it. So those kinds of places that you see in movies, like the houseboats, like in, was it Sleepless in Seattle? I actually heard someone talking about some sort of an alley where you chew bubble gum and then leave it on the wall somewhere. Gotta see what that's about. What else is it? I don't even know what else is in Washington. I guess I'd kind of like to see the parks, because when I think of Washington, I think of the nature differences compared to where I'm at here. The Space Needle, I mean, that would be interesting to see. I don't really care too much about that kind of stuff typically. I mean, I live near Chicago. I went to the Sears Tower when I was a kid, but you know, I haven't been back since then. Since I've been an adult and I moved back to Illinois, I've never once been to the Sears Tower again. Been downtown Chicago just on little getaways and stuff, but never did the touristy stuff like that. So I don't know if the Space Needle would interest me or not. Actually, I mentioned Sleepless in Seattle. Back when I was a kid watching MTV, one of those real worlds was set in Seattle. I think it was the one with Puck. Right? Where he slapped a girl and brought filming to a halt. Something like that. What is this? Speed limit went up. Oh, 70 must be for cars. Okay. That is a really nice rest area. Very cool. Oh, that's not the rest area, is it? Never mind. The rest area is up here. I thought that, I'm like, that rest area has a boat dock. Never mind. Still the same kind of rest area as everywhere else. I wonder where I'm at. Oh, you know what? I was thinking I took the Utah trip. What was I? I was saying I had to go through Idaho to go to Utah. I didn't take that job. Never mind. I'm driving west, not east. I got confused. I was considering taking that Utah job. Whatever. So let's see. Today it's Sunday, 10 a.m. This is due in by Sunday at 5. Actually, the ETA is Sunday at 5. It's expected between 6 p.m. on Sunday and 1 a.m. on Monday. Yeah, I'm sure we'll make it. Freshly rested, full tank of gas. We'll make it. I really do like this game. I wish I could play music. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe you could tell what kind of mood I'm in while I'm driving based on the music I'm playing. Is this another rest area? A scenic view. That's cool. I was out east for a while. They had those in the Appalachians. How much bigger are the mountains in the west compared to the mountains in the east? I mean, I know the Rockies are bigger, obviously, but how much bigger? Are the Appalachians even comparable because that's the only ones I've seen? Or are the Rockies going to blow me away when I see them? Come on, people. Go, go, go. Go! Alright, I'll go around you. One thing about playing this game is this left lane always has the shoulder. There is no shoulder on the left side of these roads. That little barricade is always right on the line in the left lane. So it just feels that much tighter. It's a little intimidating. Knowing you're driving a big truck and you can't mess up at all with a car on your right and a barrier on your left. At least I don't have to worry about damaging the load. It's all scrapped cars anyway. Actually, it's kind of funny. They should have a thing where if you're carrying scrap cars, there's no damage done to the trailer and stuff. I guess technically you can still damage the trailer, but the cargo should be automatically 100% no matter what. You shouldn't be able to damage the cargo if the cargo you're hauling is already garbage. That's what I'm trying to say. At least we got some good weather. I haven't played this game in so long, I was wondering about the mods and stuff that I had installed. I ended up uninstalling the mods when I was messing with the steering wheel 2 weeks ago. The only one I left is the realistic graphics and the coast-to-coast mods. I turned off everything else I had. Just because there's so many updates. When you step away from this game for any time at all, I'm not computer savvy enough that I always have a little hiccup when I go through an update on this game, because I'm not that great at updating all the mods outside the game and getting it all set up again to start playing again. So when I step away from the game for an extended time and come back and there's multiple upgrades for multiple mods, and it's like, oh, just forget it, just uninstall them all and start over. I like playing with these mods, but I can live without them, so I can get back into the game and play without having to upgrade them all first. I actually never, when I first started playing this game, I actually didn't even use the Steam Workshop. I've actually started using the Steam Workshop now for as many mods as I can. I wasn't able to figure out, is this the way station? Yeah. I wasn't able to figure out that the Steam Workshop is where I should be getting my mods, because when you subscribe, they automatically update instead of going through an external website where you have to update everything manually. So now that I've learned that lesson, it's slightly easier to keep up. Well, I don't even want to say that. It's not even slightly easier. It's way easier to keep up now that I don't have to upgrade everything manually. I wish I would have known that when I first started playing this game, but at least I figured it out now. Oh, is this guy gonna let me in? He's going really slow. He is gonna... Man, why is everyone going so slow? I'm doing 25. This is still an interstate, right? What is going on? Come on. Veronica's driving pretty good. Ever since we put that upgraded engine in her last year. And she's had no problems pulling up these hills. Scott's Law, people. Move over or slow down. Yikes. How far are we away? 5 hours. See how long of a video this is. Grab my screenshot real quick. It looked pretty in the when I was driving, but man, when I stop it, wasn't that great. I really do love driving, man. Just a sense of freedom. Yeah, let's resume. Glad the speed limit up here is a little bit lower. Gives you time. You're actually not in a hurry. A little bit better than California, where it's a 55 speed limit. 60 just a little bit nicer. I feel like you're just going that much faster, but it's still not so fast that you're hustling around these corners in a way that's going to tip you over. Some of those speed limits on some of those states are so high that you really got to be careful going around these corners with a trailer. I feel like I'm going to tip over sometimes. Q. Actually, I should probably be in that lane. There we go. Slow down a bit there.